If you ever manage to escape Earth's atmosphere, pull off your space helmet and take a deep, deep breath. Well, first you'd suffocate, obviously, but let's pretend you don't. What does space actually smell like? According to real astronauts, outer space smells surprisingly familiar. They describe a heavy metallic aroma, specifically seared steak, hot metal, and welding fumes. It turns out, space is basically just one giant cosmic barbecue. But why? Well, the culprit is a class of carbon-based molecules called polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, or PAHs. These molecules are spit out by dying stars during violent supernovas. They drift through empty space forever, clinging to spacesuits and landing right on the noses of returning astronauts. Space doesn't just smell like barbecue, it is a barbecue cooked by dying stars. But wait, it gets weirder. The smell of the universe depends entirely on where you park your spaceship. If you travel deep into the center of our Milky Way galaxy, you'll run right into a giant molecular cloud called Sagittarius B2. This massive cosmic dust cloud contains billions upon billions of liters of a chemical compound called ethyl formate. And on Earth, this exact chemical does two very specific, very strange things. First, it gives dark rum its distinct aroma, and second, it gives fresh raspberries their sweet flavor. So, if you could fly a ship right through the heart of Sagittarius B2, your cockpit would fill with the overwhelming scent of, a raspberry flavored rum cocktail. The center of our galaxy is quite literally a giant floating cosmic lounge. Now, let's bring it back to Earth for a second. Have you ever wondered why almost every movie theater in the world uses red seats? It's not just a design choice. It's actually a clever biological optical trick. In low light conditions, red light, which has a long wavelength of about 650 nanometers, is the very first color your eyes lose the ability to see. When the house lights go down, those red seats vanish from your peripheral vision, making the screen ahead of you feel infinitely larger and more immersive. And guess what? Nature uses this exact same light trick in the ocean. Water absorbs red light waves almost instantly near the surface. Because of this, a bright, vibrant red fish swimming in deep water looks completely dull gray to predators. Blue light, however, travels the deepest, making blue fish stand out, while red fish become completely invisible, like ghosts. We usually think of butterflies as sweet, innocent little creatures that spend their days sipping nectar from beautiful flowers, but some species have a much darker, much weirder survival strategy. Welcome to the world of lacryphagy, which literally translates to tear feeding. Because nectar lacks crucial minerals, butterflies and moths will actually swarm around the eyes of sleeping crocodiles, turtles, and birds just to drink their mineral-rich tears. Yes, they are literal tear vampires. They do this to harvest sodium and amino acids that they just can't find anywhere else. So, the next time you see a butterfly, just remember, it might be looking for its next cry fest to feast on. Speaking of bizarre designs, let's talk about the giant squid. Evolution gave this deep sea monster an absolute design flaw. Its brain is shaped exactly like a donut, and its throat, or esophagus, runs directly through the center hole of that brain. This creates a terrifying biological bottleneck. If the giant squid gets too greedy and tries to swallow a fish that's too large, the food traveling down its throat will stretch the tube, pressing directly against its own brain tissue. Swallowing a meal that is too big can literally give the squid brain damage. It is the ultimate evolutionary trade-off. Eat a feast or crush your own mind. And that is the mind-bending, brain-squeezing donut brain paradox. Keep following Factopia for more bizarre jams.